So why did Bitcoin go down, right? Why all of a sudden it almost seemed like there was a correlation between Roaring Kitty's live stream and Bitcoin price. It was almost like people saw it and somehow equated that to Bitcoin and then just decided to sell, right? It was the timing of it is almost like exact. But you know what? No, it has nothing to do with that. It probably has to do with what this says, which is basically just a quick shakeout. We have a lot of, I talk about, liquidating the shorts, right? And there are billions upon billions of dollars worth of shorts waiting to be liquidated, and I'll get to that a little bit, but unfortunately it went the opposite way. Someone decided to dump a little Bitcoin and caused a lot of longs to be liquidated. There were over 300 million longs liquidated, and that brought us down. But does that mean we're down and out? Does that mean the bull run is over? No, it's not like we haven't seen 69,000 before, okay? We have seen it plenty of times, just unfortunate we couldn't build upon that 716 and break up to the 75,000 mark. I guess we just have to wait a little bit longer. But obviously, we have seen this many times before, right? Does not mean it's over again. Another shakeout again. Bitcoin's just not ready yet. But who's to say we're not going to test that? 716, 72,000 again. Tomorrow or Sunday or Monday, it's going to come again, right? But I did notice that the alts got a little bit weaker. I don't know if you guys been paying attention every time. Every time Bitcoin comes down a little bit and recovers, the alts seem to get a little bit weaker. So that is a common theme right now. But when we do break out that major move, when we do break out, you put all together. We're going to be at 80,000 soon. Not only 80,000. We're going to go 100,000, 150,000, right? All these numbers that I'm showing you from other traders or analysts or banks, right? They're all speculation. But I don't think any of them were off. It's just a matter of when. Not if. Does anyone doubt Bitcoin's going to hit 80,000? Does anyone doubt Bitcoin is going to hit a 100,000? No, zero. It's just a matter of when, and that when could be right around the corner when Bitcoin moves. No one ever expects it. And when it does, it's tremendous. But here's the thing, we know. Inflation is entrenched. Inflation is forever, and we will always have more money being printed. So that's why Bitcoin is the way. Okay? If you want to hedge against inflation, there's no better way to do it. But with Bitcoin, because nothing has outperformed Bitcoin in the last 10 years, and I don't believe anything will outperform Bitcoin the next 10 years from here on out too. Okay, Bitcoin is the best hedge against inflation, and there are many analysts that believe that all-time high could be coming even this week. We're not that far off. We're really not that far off from 73,000. We can break through to 73,000, 75,000. By the end of this week, 1.4 billion, just at 71,000. But what if we went a little bit higher? What if we went 73,000? 74,000 right now because of the shorts piling on. There are 12 billion worth of shorts that goes all the way up to 74,000. So just imagine that we get a little push. We go up to 75,000. Think about $12 billion worth of liquidations, 122 billion worth of short squeezes. That's going to drive us up way above next level 80,000. Next level 90,000, 100,000. There's not a lot of sell orders at anything above 74,000, right? So again, it's just a matter of time this happens. We're going to see Bitcoin jump to new highs really quickly, right? We just have to get through these pesky shorters. Right now, it's just a matter of time. It will happen this. Despite yesterday, even though Bitcoin came down yesterday, the ETFs, or I should say the institutions that are buying the ETFs, they continue to load up. You would figure yesterday, well, we probably wouldn't see an inflow. We probably see an outflow, right? No, we still had $131 million of Bitcoin flowing into the ETFs. And if you look at the entire week, it's absolutely staggering. It's almost $2 billion, I think, just eyeballing. It's probably 1.8 or something, but close to $2 billion worth of Bitcoin eaten up by the ETFs in a single week. That's 1 week. Guys, you can't tell me that having billions upon billions, look at this in May and June, that's not going to add up to something we're talking about. Billion ions upon billions soon into the 100 billions. We're getting close to that. This is all adding up to something spectacular. Whales not. They're not going to stop buying either. Just look at what happened since that. You know what, you know when that started going up. If you look at it, you can't see from a bottom. I know it's hard to see, but that actually started shooting up in March when we had a bad month in April, right? Like, yeah, it kind of stopped, but not really. The price stopped, but the accumulation didn't. And this keeps on going up. This is measuring addresses with over 100 Bitcoin to 1,000 Bitcoin, and you could see how that just keeps going up. That means the Bitcoin whales continue to load up, just like the institutions, because short-term volatility means nothing. It's all about long-term gain, hedging against inflation, long-term, and nothing does a better job than Bitcoin. And the final thing I'll say about Bitcoin is this bullish crossover has happened. Don't let yesterday's dip scare you. Like I said, it's not like we haven't seen 69,000 before. Okay? We've seen it plenty of times, so don't let a little dip fear you out of the market, because greater heights and massive gains is right around the corner. Okay? We're talking about six-fig Bitcoin possibly by the end of July or even August time frame. There are a lot of charters that are also saying the same thing. And I said that back in February, I think, of this year, or January. February, I did an interview, and I said I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin. The six figures by July, still time, still 2 months left to go.